Around 4 to 5 years ago, there was a graffiti writer on YouTube named Sekor. No talking, no music, no crazy edits, just raw point of view footage of him walking through France, doing graffiti tags with markers and mops. And somehow, thousands of people became addicted to watching him. Then one day, almost everything disappeared. If you were into graffiti videos around the early 2020s, there's a good chance you remember Sekor. He wasn't famous because of his giant colourful murals, he wasn't doing cinematic spray paint productions either. What made Sekor different was how simple his graffiti videos were. Most of the time it was a GoPro point of view, walking through the streets in France, quick tags with markers and mops, raw city sounds in the background, with absolutely no commentary, no intro, no background music, just pure footage. And honestly, that's what made it feel real. These days, point of view graffiti content is everywhere online. But back a few years ago, there weren't really many graffiti creators filming this way. Sekor's videos felt almost like you were there with him. You could hear the footsteps, the traffic, the marker squeaks, trains passing by. Nothing felt staged. There was no high production value. And because there was no editing, it created this weird tension while watching. Every time he approached a spot, viewers were probably thinking, is someone going to see him? Even simply tagging suddenly felt intense in first person. Point of view graffiti videos became popular partly because wearable cameras made first person filming easier around that time. But Sekor's style felt different from most graffiti content. It wasn't trying to look like a movie or high production. It just looked real. A lot of people who watched Sekor probably didn't even do graffiti themselves, but the videos still pulled people in. Why? Because it felt authentic. Because these days, modern YouTube is full of loud editing, fake reactions, dramatic thumbnails, constant talking, and Sekor did the exact opposite. Sometimes entire videos would just be walking, spotting locations, doing tags and moving on, and that's about it. And somehow it simply worked. The silence actually made the videos more immersive. It almost felt like you were exploring the city yourself. And because he used mostly markers and mops instead of spray paint, the videos felt more fast-paced and unpredictable. Another thing that made Sekor stand out was the setting. France already had a massive graffiti culture, especially around cities connected to trains and dense urban areas. French graffiti culture has been heavily tied to lettering, tagging, and street bombing since the rise of hip-hop and early European graffiti movements. So when viewers watched Sekor walking through the narrow streets and the train areas and old walls and hidden spots, it gave the videos a specific atmosphere. The city itself became part of the content. Even people outside of graffiti thought it looked quite interesting because it showed parts of France they never normally would see. Then despite all of this, something eventually happened. According to people in the graffiti community, a lot of his videos were deleted because he became worried about police attention, which honestly makes sense. His content was extremely raw and identifiable, no heavy editing, no hiding what he was doing except for the occasional censoring of his face in reflections of windows. And when your channel starts growing this quickly, that attention can come quite dangerous, especially with the type of content he was making. So instead of risking more exposure, most of the videos disappeared off YouTube. And for a lot of viewers, it felt like an entire little era of graffiti suddenly vanished overnight. Even though Sekor's content looks simple, he actually influenced a lot more creators than people realize. Now you see more POV urban videos, silent exploration videos, raw first-person graffiti clips all over social media and YouTube. That kind of style, just documenting movements, is what made the videos feel more personal than most creators today. The reason people still talk about Sekor isn't because he had the craziest of graffiti styles, it's because his videos captured a feeling, a very specific moment in graffiti YouTube culture. Back when raw POV content still felt kind of underground but still making its way up. It almost became legendary in a way. And people remember channels more when they vanish, especially when they help shape an entire style of content. Sekor proved something important. You don't always need expensive cameras and the insane editing. Sometimes a simple raw point of view and a real atmosphere is just enough. And even years later, people still remember those videos. Not because they were perfect, but they felt real. At this point, it felt like Sekor was gone for good. Most of the original videos disappeared, upload completely stopped, and most people started treating it like an abandoned channel. And nobody expected him to come back. But suddenly, Sekor uploaded a new video. The video goes into why he stopped, what happened to him, and what his plans are for YouTube in the future. It basically goes into the whole story of how he became Sekor. Goes into the history, why he left. Very detailed video. I'll be sure to leave a link in the top of the description and the pinned comment below so you can watch the whole video. Good to see Sekor back. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and have a good one.
Massive shout out to my channel members, Spookify, STVNSF, or I believe it's Steven, Sardo is Love, Jamin Newell or Newell, Hank 0555, Girl Comma or Girl Coma, basically Brain Dead, Rap Luz, Stay Home, Mona Halaka, Mona Huckler or Mona Hackler. Thank you all for being channel members. I very much appreciate you guys.